Welcome to Cancelled.
Chapter 28. Persian cucumber or English garden variety. Evie. That afternoon, Pacific Beach, California. Scarlett's apartment smells like coffee and coconut lotion. The moment I push open the front door, I hear the soft click, click, click of her nails on the laptop. She doesn't look up at first.
"You're back early,"
she says lazily. There is something in her tone that suggests she knows exactly why I might be returning. I don't even get a chance to answer before she glances up, frozen for a split second. Then she shoots off the couch like it's spring-loaded.
"I told you you'd be having sex,"
she shrieks, launching across the room like an Olympic pole vaulter who'd just won gold. I open my mouth to speak, but Scarlett is already halfway across the living room in her oversized t-shirt, a smug grin on her face like she's just correctly predicted the weather, the lottery numbers, and the exact moment I'd lose my mind over Cruz Adler.
"Good thing I was here yesterday to prep you. You're welcome. You're probably walking straight today because of me, and honestly, that's the real victory here."
I laugh, already, blushing, already wanting to collapse into the floor because she isn't wrong. Scar.
No, don't hold back now. Spill everything immediately. How big was it? Like actual girth measurements? I need produce comparisons for scientific purposes. Are we talking Persian cucumber or full-on English garden variety? Did he go down on you? More than once? Was it filthy talk or like poetic ocean whispers? Did you cry? Did he cry? Did anyone see God?
I hold up both hands like a traffic cop. I'm not answering those questions. Scarlett narrows her eyes with the intensity of a detective who's just cracked a case.
That's a yes to at least 3 of those, and probably the enlightenment one. Did a beam of light hit the bed? Did you whisper, "Oh my God," and actually mean it?
I smile, sinking into the edge of the couch, my body still humming with memories of Cruz's hands, his mouth, the way he looked at me like I was something precious. It was amazing. No one has ever made me feel like that before. It was like he worshipped me. The words come out softer than I intended, and I can hear the wonder in my own voice. Because it wasn't just the sex, though that had been mind-blowing. It was the way he touched me like I was fragile and powerful at the same time. The way he whispered my name like it meant something sacred. Scarlett makes a dramatic choking noise, pressing her hand to her chest.
Ugh, gross, I love it. I want to vomit and simultaneously get a tattoo of that line. He worshipped me. What, are you a goddess now? Should I start bringing you offerings?
Apparently, I say, biting back a smile. The truth is, that's exactly how he'd made me feel. Like I was something divine, worth getting on his knees for. She flops next to me, curling one leg under the other. And for a moment, her expression shifts to something more serious.
You know, I've never seen you like this after hooking up. You're glowing as if you've been lit from within by some kind of orgasmic solar flare. Did he rewire your chakras or something?
There's something vulnerable in her observation. Something that made me realize she was deflecting her own feelings with humor like she always did. Scar.
So, are we doing this again? Is there a sequel? A whole damn franchise?
She interrupts, back to her theatrical self. But I caught the flicker of something wistful in her eyes. I'm going back tonight, I say, trying to sound casual, even as adrenaline pulses beneath my skin. He's going to help me with my business plan. Scarlett gasps with exaggerated shock.
Business and pleasure? Girl, you're living my dream. Next you'll tell me he's also going to do your taxes and fix your car.
The joke was vintage Scarlett, but I noticed how she always made everything about the practical benefits, never about the emotional connection. Like she couldn't quite believe in the possibility of someone wanting to be with you just because they couldn't imagine being anywhere else. Just then, something on her laptop screen catches my eye. I lean over, grateful for the distraction from my own overwhelming feelings. Wait, what are you even looking at?
Oh, she says, unfazed, still scrolling. Just a slideshow of babies born clutching IUDs like trophies. One had it raised overhead like Simba. Another looked like it pierced their nose. Tiny badass with a birth control septum ring.
I stare, trying to process what I'm seeing. What? She spins the screen around with the enthusiasm of someone sharing vacation photos.
Look, this one's gripping it like a tiny warrior claiming victory over modern birth control. Future rebel right there.
I stare at the image, which definitely looks like it has been photoshopped by someone with a weird sense of humor and too much free time. Scarlett. This is not a real medical journal. This is Facebook clickbait with Comic Sans font. She shrugs. There's something almost defensive in the gesture.
Still, IUD babies. Tiny rebels who refuse to be prevented. Can you imagine being born with your first accessory already picked out?
I laugh, but make a mental note to avoid deep dives into reproductive horror stories later. Especially considering what Cruz and I had done that morning without protection. Okay, stop looking at that crap. It's giving me secondhand anxiety and trust issues with modern medicine.
Fine, fun police.
She says, closing the tab with theatrical reluctance.
You're glowing, by the way. And not just from sex. I mean, maybe it is from sex, but you look like a woman who's been unlocked. Like someone finally found your frequency.
The observation hit deeper than I expected, and I felt heat creep up my neck because she wasn't wrong. Something had shifted in me. Something fundamental. Not just from the physical intimacy, but from the way Cruz looked at me. The way he listened when I talked about my business like it mattered. Like I mattered. I turn away, already walking toward the bedroom before I can analyze my feelings any further. I'm going to shower and change.
We're something plan approved.
She calls after me. Her voice is softer now, less performative.
You're building an empire and getting laid. We love a productive queen who knows her worth.
By early afternoon, my laptop is buried under half-used lip balm tubes, scattered note cards with scribbled formulas, and the spreadsheet from hell that represented months of work and dreams. The latest update from the manufacturer came through this morning. Good news. The next shipment of lipstick prototypes is on schedule. Bad news. I still need to confirm the ingredient tweaks I requested, and every detail feels crucial now that Cruz is taking my business seriously. I triple-check the specs against my notes, then fire off a polite but very pointed email about the texture consistency on shade 7. If it dries down chalky again, it's gone. No second chances, no matter how much I'd already invested. I glance at my business plan, still open in another tab, the cursor blinking in the financial projections section. For the past hour, I've been fine-tuning the numbers and tightening the marketing strategy, knowing Cruz would read every word tonight with those sharp, analytical eyes that miss nothing. The thought knots something in my chest, a rush of nerves tangled up in hope. I'm deep in the branding section, adjusting font sizes and trying to make my passion sound professional, when my phone buzzes. Cruz?
I want you here, all night. Pack a bag, you're not going home.
My face flushes like I've been caught doing something scandalous. Which is ridiculous because I'm literally just adjusting a bullet point about target demographics and market penetration. But the directness of his text, the assumption that I'd want to come back, the way he commanded rather than asked, it all sent heat spiraling through me. You're not going home. I stare at the words for a beat too long, grinning like a teenager who'd just been asked to prom by the captain of the football team. Packing won't take much. Honestly, I've practically been living out of a suitcase since I moved to San Diego. Scarlett's apartment is so tiny, cute but more studio with ambition than too woman-friendly. Between her wardrobe and mine, her closet looks like a vintage store exploded in a rainbow of questionable fashion choices. My clothes mostly live in packing cubes on the floor or tucked beside the couch in a crate labeled emergency outfits. I toss together the essentials: face wash, toothbrush, fresh underwear with just enough attitude, a silky camisole that screams competence, and a black wrap dress that works for brunch or a walk of shame. Scarlett glances over from the couch as I zip the bag, and there is something almost wistful in her expression before she covers it with her trademark smirk.
Oh, it's happening again? Look at you, packing an overnight bag like a woman who's about to get absolutely gloriously fucked.
I just smile, not trusting myself to put into words how much I'm looking forward to seeing him again, to talking about my business, to falling asleep in his arms and waking up to his hands on my skin.
Wear something he can rip off easily,
She added. Her voice was gentler than usual.
Save the buttons for job interviews and board meetings.